to the music again after this break. We promise to bring to a nice connection between San Andres Island, this program, and Uganda. We have invited guests where we hear in music a lot. We promote in music this side and we have some excellent hits. Talking about Allan Toniks. Welcome, Allan.
Thank you so much for having me. So glad to be here.
Okay, the pleasure is ours, definitely, to establish this connection with this part of the world. And we tell all the African artists that we had invited to this program that is something real marvelous for us as a culture to get back in touch with the backgrounds and to the music that we are consuming nowadays. You must know that you have hit songs this side.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's always a pleasure to be able to share the culture, share the music, share the talent, and share the joy with people from, across the world.
Thank you very much. As Hawani said, thank you very much to accept this invitation to the idea of this interview is to share about your musical experience. But we want to start like from the beginning. Where is Allan Toniks start in music? Where your music life start from?
Yeah, well, music started out, of course, as like most artists, as a hobby, as far back as in high school. I used to be more into, live music, playing the guitar, singing in a band. I started out in a Christian band, doing gospel music, fellowship in the churches and stuff like that. And so my thing was more of guitar and vocals, and then I got into, computer music much later on. So, music has always been a part of my life in one way or another. Yeah, and that's, eventually developed into a career. It's been a very interesting journey.
Very nice, very wonderful. Your history is pretty much like us here back in the island. Pretty much, because a lot of artists here, they started in the church as well, and they develop music, and then they get to the stage where they want to reach further ahead. I would like to ask you, when did you analyze or realize that your music was traveling so far overseas and other people was listening and enjoying it so much?
Well, I think more so, when I started out, I was a bit, should I say, a bit blessed that I was able to, at the time when I started out, it was at this time when we were having awards like the Mamas, where like we had the global recognition of, people beginning to share sounds from, all over the continent of Africa. And we also were discovering a lot of new sounds from the rest of the continent. So that kind of revolution, gave us an opportunity to get a wide range of sounds and influences from all over the globe. And I think that has brought the music listenership closer together, in tastes and preferences,
Very nice. We know that it is something also for you guys, the music industry. You have so many languages, so many different styles, but you consider your style as an urban R&B. And maybe we can listen to it and consume it as Caribbean islands, and we said it is Afrobeat, or it sounds, anything come from Africa now with this tendency of Afrobeat, we want to mark it as Afrobeat. Tell us a little bit about entering into that style, urban R&B.
Yeah, well, I think over time, African music has merged so much that we're, I think, beginning to see a consistent sound across the continent. The younger generation interacts so much, unlike before. I think information technology has changed everything. There's so much interaction and intercultural mixing that we're getting to appreciate so many sounds and amalgamating and even coming up with new sounds, like you were saying, Afropop and Afrobeat. So I would consider myself as an Afrofusion artist.
Okay.
Because if you listen to a lot of my music, you find that, especially if you go way back, there's a lot of category. It's not easy to just put in one box and say it's pop or it's R&B or it's, I even have some reggae songs. I even have, so it's all about the good vibes, I don't look at it so much because music has fused so much. You get a bit sound of this, so you can have a song that has a bit of Spanish vibes or coastal vibes, you know, influenced by the coast here down in TZ. And then we have, you know, sounds from Central Africa, which are different from sounds from, say, Amapiano down to South Africa. So when you get a bit of this and that, you come with a very, very nice, you know, rich collection of styles.
How interesting.
Very, very nice, and that connection that Africa have with the music also connect people from other continents with music. We see a lot of Latino artists want to put Afro in the music because they know that it's very important. They know the potential that African got through music, and really, we hear some in the Caribbean, we embrace it a lot, and we really enjoy it. Hear some in the music, and here in San Andres, Providence, and Kathleen Islands, then plenty of our teleaudience, plenty of our people love listen to your music, and you have a lot of hits that they like a lot. We got Romance, and also we got Sukuloka. We want you to share with we the experience, the lyrics of this song, Sukuloka, where it come from and what this word means.
Sukuloka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Sukuloka is a Luganda word that means I won't leave you or I won't let you go. That song, that song was released at a short while after we had gotten into the COVID lockdown situation. And so lyrically, it speaks about loneliness. And I remember when the lockdown came, some people were trapped away from their loved ones. Some people were trapped abroad because of the new policies. Other people couldn't move. So people had to, like, you know, depend on technology. People would miss their people for like months on end. And so it gave me this vibe with this song where I'm talking about missing somebody and thinking about somebody, but I can't be with them right now. And I can't wait until the time I'm able to, you know, to see them and hold them again and kiss them, you know. So that was the kind of inspiration towards that, you know, that kind of vibe. So Sukuloka simply means I can't let you go, you know, I won't let you go, I won't leave you.
Very wonderful. So can we have a little piece of Sukuloka by your voice sing right here? I mean, open mic for everyone.
Most definitely. My only girl, Sukuloka, my girl. I'm so lonely, girl. Toneka kulumanye. My only girl, Sukuloka, my girl. I'm so lonely, girl. Toneka kulumanye.
Man, you have a very, very terrific voice.
Yeah, man, definitely. Okay, so that was Sukuloka, and we have also Romance over this side of the globe that impact a lot in our music and the vibes, you know, on the streets. We have sound systems here,
that's so dope.
And people have sound systems in the cars. They listen to music very loud, and even though because of pandemic or these things, people still enjoy to get that vibes, you know, at beach and things and play music.
True.
Romance is one of those songs also that mark the ascendance of African music coming into our islands. So tell us a little bit also about the story beyond Romance.
Romance. Romance is a very interesting story it was born out of our wish to I think collaborate more. How do I say? A lot of my previous songs before were self-produced. I used to do a lot of stuff on my own, you know, produce a song, write a song, mix a song, everything on my own. So a lot of my work was self-produced. So I wanted to branch out and work with, you know, a few, some of the new producers, you know, that had just come up in the scene, and some underground people. So that's how I came at the time. I had about a producer at the time who was still, you know, an underground but dope producer called Daddy Andre, and I hit him up, and that's how Romance was born. I think with the vibes of the producer, And then, of course, we dropped lyrics on it, and it was a beautiful song. And I think it paved way for a whole new movement of music. I think a style locally here in Uganda from right there. So I think it was a very enjoyable project that we had fun with. I mean, even the video, we had a lot of fun and playful, times with it. And I'm so glad that the fans love it, because I'm humbled by that.
Really, all over the island, we listen to it. And many people have them also as a ringtone in their cell phones. And really, we connect with it. And we notice that you are an artist that really romantic. You use Afrobeat to carry romantic lyrics. Why you inspire romantic lyrics?
Pardon, why?
Why your inspiration is in romantic lyrics?
Well, I think music is always a celebration of different forms of expression, and I think time immemorial in the life cycle of the world, of human history, from history with stories like Troy, the Trojan horse. Low-key, there was a love story under that. Back to Romeo and Juliet, back to Shakespeare, back to to Valentine's. History is marked with symbols of the perseverance of human affection and love. It's a universal language. It's a story that everybody understands, no matter who you are, where you're from. It don't matter. The language of love is one language, and it's one love. So I think that's why the celebration of music, arts, and culture, it's one of those timeless, everlasting topics that anybody can appreciate. Because I think at one time, everybody has ever been in love, no? So.
Very wonderful. I think you already know what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a piece of romance right here for the ladies, Since you are a romantic guy, bless the ladies here with lovely music. Come on, let me hear you.
Definitely. Me wanna walk with you, get me one talk with you. I don't know how me ask you public, yeah. Chagala kubera konawe, chagala kutamula konawe, nye nawe, chagala sina nawe, lady. Biye mabega to be fuck, bayabe mabega to be fuck, babaleki kulina chengamba. I want your romance, yeah, your romance. I want your romance, I want your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. Your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. Oh. When I come down to Bogota, say Colombia, what you want say, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. Boom, say.
Yes, very nice. Only one thing I'm going to tell you.
Very wonderful.
It's not to Bogota, it's to San Andres Island, and we're quite far off. This is like a Caribbean island. We're into the West Caribbean and not the Caribbean that we know as Jamaica, Cuba, and those, but we keep one cultural background just as them. I've reading about your biography and artists and collabs on different stages you also shared with artists, and we buck up on the name from Beanie Man, Sean Paul, and different Caribbean ones.
True.
Tell us a little bit about this experience and like entering also into this Caribbean maybe world or market.
Well, I think of course it's a new it's a recent development. Like I said earlier, I think because of the times and information technology connecting the world that we have in, the Caribbean world, getting to listen to more of the African sounds and appreciating the new vibes that they haven't heard before. But now, like for Africa, for us, we've been hearing Caribbean music for years. It's been sort of infused even in a lot of the sounds that we have. At least what is have been an infusion of, yes, our original traditional sounds and takes on music, but things like Caribbean sounds and Raga sounds, all of which have, you know, an African background, you know, deep rooted, have influenced, you know, us as well. So it's really interesting, and to see that now we're having this kind of exchange, you know, at this point. So in the bio, like you said, you've seen a lot of, you know, be it performances, or collaborations on different projects, or sharing stages, or whatever at events, because I think because of that influence of Caribbean music for so long, we always had those artists, you know, come out here. We always appreciated, like you said, the likes of Sean Paul, you know, Beanie Man, you know, and a couple of them other guys. So I think it's a fusion of creation, and our culture has kept mixing like that. And I think that is what it's showing in our sounds and how big African music is now getting today.
Yes, indeed, definitely.
Very wonderful. You have a new release by the name of My Mist. I would like to know a little bit about it, because that promised to be a hit just like the others that passed and gone. So
thank you, bro.
Tell me a little bit about this, please.
Yes, My Mist was, I think, done at the same compilation, because I had an EP that I decided to instead drop as singles, you know, especially at the time when we got a bit, a lot of programs had to change due to the whole COVID situation, with different programs that we had from tours and all that. So it was dropped at a different time that it was meant to be, but it was also one of those songs that's about in the same period, about longing for, you know, those people that always put a spark in our lives. And at the time, we're going through it all the while. So it was a song of comforting each other, you know, at the time that, you know, we've been going through. And as always, it's a love song. It's a romantic song, a song for the ladies, but also for the gentlemen to relate to the ladies.
Not for you, Eddie. Not for you. Keep out, Eddie.
No, I'm out of it. Just for the ladies. For the ladies! Yes, brother.
Yes. We know that in music life, in an artist life, as composer, as producer, as a musician too, you've got ups and downs. We have ups and downs. Many times we take the downs to get, learn a lesson, have an experience. We would like you to share to us on our tele audience, especially. We have plenty of children and young people that watch us every day, to give them a good advice to achieve that goal, that success that they want in life. Don't care how hard the road can be, how rough the road can be. What advice you can give to all of them?
Yeah, well, I guess as an artist, of course, I could speak to different categories of people. But first of all, I would like to, you know, thank all the people out there, the fans that appreciate my craft, and encourage every youth out there who has any, you know, talent. You don't let it go to waste, you know. It's a very competitive world, but also we're lucky that talent is one of those avenues through which youth can, you know, transform themselves and transform lives. So, and also they say when you do what you love, you will never, you know, really feel like you work a day in your life because it's what you love. So I encourage you to exploit their talents for, you know, economic transformation of our societies, especially now, like those of us, if we're watching from a third world country. These are some of the things that, you know, can, you know, help out the youth, you know, to bring some positivity into the world. Yeah, and then of course, from a point of view of, you know, any other person that might be in a different walk of life, no matter what you do, I guess the biggest advice I can give is you know, humility and discipline. And those two things, I guess, in life. If you have discipline, anything is possible, you know, I believe.
Totally right. Humbleness. You have to humble up yourself. And we're so humbled to get this interview today. Thanks so much for your time. We know that you guys have 8 hours ahead. It is almost midnight on your side of the world. So we'll maybe let you rest, you know. We hope
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man. We hope to link up sometime, Uganda, San Andres Island, the Caribbean with Africa.
Definitely, man.
Yes, culturally, musically, with artist collaborations, all kind of way. Anything you want, we are here, you know, just feel yourself welcome.
I look forward, to, coming even to San Andreas and paying you guys a visit so we can chill face to face. And of course, I'd like to, again say, thanks you so much for the support. We appreciate. And of course, to tell fans to hit me up, go to our, especially now that we can't, be able to do so much physical touring. Check us out on social media at Allan Toniks, Toniks IKS. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and come to my IG. Keep up with what's up, and let's stay in touch and let's keep it real. Yeah, that's what's up. Thanks for having me, San Andres.
Thank you.
All right, keep it up, Mr. Allan Toniks. Thank you very much. And now we're going with a nice back-to-back from this wonderful artist. Thank you very much, brother.
Bye-bye.